We were having discussions about the possibility of providing support. And then I think it was a Wednesday after the levees broke. I don't know if they broke on a Monday or Wednesday, but I think by that Sunday we were on an aircraft, a C-130, leaving Nevada, heading for New Orleans. And so we definitely had the heads up. Whether or not we were going to go was a question. And then we ended up sending about 100 folks, primarily military police from the Army side, and then about 15 or 20 folks from the Air Force. We flew into New Orleans and landed at the Superdome, probably, 3, 4, maybe 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. And at that point, we flew over the city, so we kind of saw the devastation from the storm. But it was also very eerie because there was no people where we were flying. We landed on the Superdome, put all of our equipment in trucks. It was a little bit chaotic, but we got asked to go to the New Orleans Convention Center because there was a contingent of people that were stranded there. And we drove down the city streets and it was barren. There was nobody in sight. Something out of a movie, to be honest. But it was really shocking to see how kind of devastated the area was. We turned the corner and there was 30,000 people just stranded there in front of the New Orleans Convention Center, and they had been there for days now, and so it was shocking to say the least. One of the first things I knew we had to do is get situated and get our equipment and our people to a location that we could start our operations from. And so we kind of waded through the crowd, distributed what we could, turned the corner, and ran into, I think it was the River Bell Casino warehouse of all places. And that's where the New Orleans traffic division was hunkered down. So we kind of went in there and coordinated with them. It was really draining because we had all this equipment with us, and most of it we were just carrying through the crowds. And so they allowed us to billet and kind of set up our operations right there with them. And once we got everything set up, we immediately went back out and started to help coordinate. There was a couple New Orleans National Guard there, and we just basically fell in on them and started coordinating air operations. We had aircraft coming in, helicopters, dozens of helicopters in the air, and they were just waiting for somebody to coordinate to land them. So our folks started coordinating the landing operations and then getting the folks on the helicopters, and that took place for about 3 days straight before everybody was out of there. It was pretty amazing. I probably haven't thought about it in 20 years, but it was pretty emotional. I mean, I think back now, and people just drenched in sweat from sitting out there in the elements with their kids and their dogs, and just waiting for someone to help. And so very rewarding. Again, I think had we not been there and gotten the support in there when we did, which was, not immediately, but it was just in time to really save lives. And so I have no doubt of that. And, all the professionals, the first responders, the military, the National Guard, everybody worked together. And I know that those people were just eternally grateful. It was unfortunate in some cases they had to leave their pets behind, and we even made an effort to help care for the pets until somebody could come get them. And so, but there was just story after story. These folks would show up with everything that they could carry with them and want to get in on an aircraft. Unfortunately, they couldn't take all their belongings, so would have to leave a lot of things. I'm not sure they ever saw them again. But it was, again, it was just very heartwarming. It's probably one of the best missions I think Nevada has participated in terms of helping people and making a difference. So very glad we were able to do that.